This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Today we're dealing with a Miele dishwasher that has an F20 error, which means that it has a leak and that the drip pan underneath is being flooded and it's activated the anti-flood system. So it will continually drain and will not fill and will not continue the cycle, and you'll see these lights blinking. So here's an example of what you might see on the display, just all the lights blinking together. So first, to cure it, we're going to unplug it, or we can turn off the breaker, and then we want to just take a turkey baster, and after we remove the filter, we want to get all the water out of the sump. And next we'll uninstall the dishwasher by pulling off these little plastic caps that hold the hide the 4 mounting screws. Sometimes when they're installed they just have either no mounting screws or just a couple at the top, but it's a Torx bit. I think it's a Torx 15 or Torx 20. We just want to go in and spin these out, and then we may have to move the legs up a little bit too so that we can pull the dishwasher out. Usually after just removing these screws you can just pull it out. And Miele dishwashers usually have a fairly long drain tube and fairly long fill tube, so usually you don't have to disconnect them. You can usually pull the machine out far enough where you can do the repairs. So now we can pull it out toward us. And what I've done is I've removed the lower drip pan, and now I've put the machine up on these blocks. I'm just using like Tupperware, 4 Tupperware containers to get it up high enough so I can get the camera underneath and kind of see where the leak is coming from. There's many different places it can leak. Commonly it's the partition, which is a little rubber piece. But in this case what's happened is there's our leak right here. The temperature probe we see here should see a silver temperature probe here, but it's been pushed in accidentally, and now as the sump fills it's just spilling a lot of water into the drip pan. So I'm just going to push the temperature probe back in to the rubber grommet, make sure it's fully seated, and now we can see this is what it should look like. You should see the silver thing. And then upon further testing we can see that the leak is now gone. So that's a pretty easy leak diagnosis, just being able to remove the drip pan and getting it up on some stands and then turning it on. You should be able to see where the leak is coming from. Yeah, the temperature sensor is super easy. You can just push it back in. Now we can see it's fully seated. This is an endoscope view of the Miele dishwasher. Another way you can kind of look for leaks. These endoscopes cost about $50-60, and you can hook them up to your iPhone or your Android phone so you can see what's going on with the drip pan still installed. It gives you a good idea of where the drip's coming from. So either you can use the endoscope, or you can remove the drip pan and put it up on a couple of stands like I did. We're actually seeing this upside down, but this is the drip pan above us, and then we're seeing some of the components. This is the float, anti-flood float, and the micro switch. Again, it's upside down. Just gives you an idea what you can see with the endoscope. This is the bottom of the motor. Kind of fun tool to use for leak diagnosis. But if you don't have one, again, it's pretty easy just to remove the drip pan. It has 4 screws that hold it on, and then just to put it up on some kind of thing to get it up higher so you can take a look what's going on. You could use bricks. I just use a couple of Tupperware containers. These are just some more components under the dishwasher. And that's it. We appreciate you watching, and please subscribe to the channel when you get a chance. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.